Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're doing a full face Sephora top rated makeup. Everything that has the best reviews, I bought it all. If you saw my haul, I kind of went haywire in Sephora. I took you shopping with me. I showed you a lot of new, but while I was there, I actually decided to go on the app and look at what was the best rated product in each category. We're starting strong with Kulfi. This is also a newer product and I have been using it. I love this. It has an ingredient that is supposed to help dissipate hyperpigmentation, like dark spots. So I like the skincare plus blurring, plus it's really silky. So let's get down to business and prime. I am going off of a palette and I like taking just a little bit with my fingertip when we're talking primer. I don't like to overload the face. I feel like you can run into a lot of pilling and only so much is going to actually sink into your skin. So sometimes with primers, just remember that less is more. I find that this one also just helps the makeup to go on so smoothly and nicely. I am truly a fan. We love this right here, SoftSculpt Shaping Stick. I have the shade Light. Now this is marked on Sephora as a community favorite. It has won awards from Allure. It has a near perfect rating on Sephora. So in the category of cream bronzers, this is a front runner. To perfectly snatch up the face, we are gonna go in with 3 brushes because this is very much a more is more extra over the top moment to do underpainting in general. To sculpt out the lips, we're going in with the ES2. This is a foundation brush. I love doing sculpting around the mouth with this. I have found that it is the perfect because of its shape. It just kind of hugs like boom, right there, boom. So you're not getting a ton of contour outside the lip. It's honestly, it's changed my life. I typically like a little bit darker around the lips, but this is the shade Light, so that's a me problem, not a product problem. We are gonna go on the nose, taking an EX6, the perfect shape for nose contour. Now this is the perfect color for nose contour. Okay, it is not giving too much, it's giving just enough. Nose contour, you wanna go a little bit lighter than say the mouth contour in my opinion. That's why I recommend a palette for $8 from Catrice that has 2 shades, one lighter, one darker. I gotta say, that is going on perfectly. Like I almost wouldn't underpaint with it. I would almost just put it on, blend it out because this is blending like a freaking dream. Going in with an SP3, we are going to sculpt. I need more shades. That's like what's going through my head right now. I'm like, I get it. This is so blendy. Oh my gosh, why am I wearing a turtleneck doing this video, right? Are we all thinking the same thing? Like a toddler could do this, you guys. This is a very blendy product. Do you know what was a highly rated product on Sephora where I was like, yes, I know, I agree. A lot of people have told me that this does crease on them and it's a little bit too heavy. So I want to give you another like top rated recommendation as well. This is the HD Skin Full Cover Concealer from Makeup Forever. I just tried this one out. Also highly rated and very, very good. And I am going to go in with this one because we're having a little more of a full glam moment today. This is the SurrealSkin Foundation Makeup by Mario. We're gonna go in with an SP1. I am mixing the shades 4, 5N and 5N. 95% of people who tried this would recommend it. Very, very highly rated. Great shade range, has a natural finish. We're gonna go in starting down here. Wow, that's a little more coveragey than I was expecting. I like to kind of go a little over whatever sculpt I put on the jawline. You know, I'm here on YouTube doing my thing, but tip from me to you, get ready in a bathrobe, get ready naked. Do what you need to do so that you can like paint and be at liberty to do all the things that you need to do. When you're going over under painting, what you want to be doing is stippling. This is a stippling brush. It's a duo fiber brush that is going to help you to press the product in without putting too much product in one area all at once. Another thing that this brush is great for is if you put on too much product with another brush, a sponge, whatever you're working with, you can go in with this brush dry and just pounce it on top of the face and it will pull a little bit of product and just help things to look a little more blended. I'm actually gonna just do the concealer with this as well. Just kind of press and pat. I am super convinced that people fully edit out a lot of their weird makeup faces that they make while applying makeup, because like I can't be the only one that's like going, do you know what I'm saying? Like, especially short form. Just so you know, public service announcement. You gotta look a little weird in the process. Not just the laying down of the contour and the concealer and all the things, but like in the faces that you will make. You gotta get in there. This foundation's really pretty. I'm getting the hype. This is such a good foundation that has a very thin texture that is great to go over under painting. It's not very heavy. It's giving a nice luminous look to the skin without feeling greasy. I feel like I need just a little hit more of concealer now that I covered it up with the foundation. So we're just gonna take a tiny little bit of the Makeup Forever. This is newer from Dior. I am going to just pop this right underneath the eyes before I go in with a very top rated powder from caliray. Looks really promising, is talc free, but when I'm gonna go in with loose, my technique right now is to just go right underneath the eye with something pressed so that I don't have little particles of loose powder kind of clinging to the wet concealer. Now we're gonna go in with an EX3, dip right into here. This is a micro fine, bordering into like an HD texture. It's fluffing every freaking where. This is clean formulation makeup. This does have a slight pink tone to it. Let's go ahead and just tap this under the eye. That's like not really doing it for me. Let's see, what are people saying about this? It says it's long wearing, will blur for 8 hours. This has a 96% approval rating. I don't really understand this. I'm gonna go ahead and say Catrice is better. Let's go in with a velour puff and see. Like they have a pinky toned blurring HD-esque powder that I just tried that is top of mind. I'm gonna say that's a dupe that actually performs better. This is just looking kind of blotchy for some reason. Why? I always give a second try when doing first impressions unless something is like so horrible, but especially when I'm trying a bunch of new products together, if I don't like one thing, I will make sure that I try it again with like the other products that I know, love, and trust. We're gonna bronze with Makeup Forever. This is the Artist Bronzer in 15. I'm taking my EX1 and we're actually gonna start on the jaw and just really seal in that underpainting that we did. I don't know, that powder made my forehead look weird, which is really bumming me out. It like looks kind of patchy and the light is like grabbing it in a weird way. I am really, really picky, so there is also that, but I just don't. What in the heck? I feel like I need to break out my Carslin powder. We have all been obsessing over this waterproof powder that you can get on Amazon that's not as expensive as a lot of the things I'm talking about here today. This one just smooths. When you don't get Botox, a crinkly bad forehead day is just not it. I need the products to lay down perfectly. You know what I'm saying? I am so excited that this is highly rated on Sephora. It absolutely deserves to be. This is from Hung Van Gogh. This is the blush in the shade Second Language. Now you guys know I love Hung Van Gogh eyeshadows. I love Hung Van Gogh bronzer and Straightforward. Let's pop this one on and just awaken the face. I'm gonna take an ES3, just a petite little brush right here, and really just go after what I call the high apples, where I'm not gonna pull too far back. I just want to kind of add a little bit of color and lift to the face. This just blends beautifully. It is soft, it wears all day. I feel like you can't mess this one up. I am so excited to go in with these lip liners. This is the Crayon Contour Lip Pencil from Bobbi Brown. I have 2 shades here, Muted Rose 6 and Nude. I would have never purchased these if it wasn't for the exercise of going through each category and looking at top rated. These I have not tried on the lip, but they swatch so unbelievably well, and people had nothing but great things to say about them online, so I am excited. That is so perfect. I feel like these lip pencils are worth this whole video alone. Like, it is not often that you run into like a really, really good lip pencil, and this, that is it. Like, that is so good. Absolutely love. So that was Muted Rose. I kind of want to go in with a little bit of Nude as well. We're just gonna go like this. Let's get carried away. Okay, these are creamy and firm at the same time. I have no idea how. Going in with Kulfi's new lip balm. This is the Lip Snack Glossing Lip Balm in Watermelon Sherbet. I called it Sherbet my whole life. Sherbet or Sherbet. Oh my God, yes. Okay, is it just me? Or does every single brand have this product? And I'm not even talking about, oh yeah, well every brand has lip gloss and every brand has foundation. No, I'm talking like it all looks the same. The packaging is the same. It's this identical product. You see it from everyone. It's kind of like every brand is like, well, we all have to make one now too. I want to try them all. I'm trying them all. I'm going to battle them down, find out which one is truly the best. Beautiful. It immediately feels very cushy on the lips. It's not overly fragranced, but it is definitely fragranced. So note that. Shiny, beautiful, hydrating, hint of pink. I love. For brows, these new ones from Anastasia are highly, highly rated. I rarely do well with this kind of a brow product that is felt tip, so we're gonna go in and add some structure with the Brow Wiz, also from Anastasia, also very highly rated and very well loved since the dawn of brow products. I'm gonna go in with soft brown and just lay down a base color, and then we're gonna fan in with a felt tip guy right here. Let's see if I can do it. I forgot how much I truly love this product. I have not reached for this one in a minute. It's so good. I'm gonna go in with the MicroStroke brow pen in Taupe and just lightly add a few imaginary hairs. My brow kind of stops right here, so I really have to go in and do my very best. Let's see if this kind of adds a little something. That's not bad. Oh my God. This is so good. If you have like bald areas in your brow, I'm loving it. Wow, that's a really bold brow for me, but I feel filled in, and I feel like once I have my eyes done, it's gonna look so good. I'm being a little bit of a princess with my brows at the moment. Let's go in with a little bit of GrandeBROW. This one was so highly rated, and I understand why. I'm obsessed with this product. It's also said to help you with regrowth. It just adds a little bit of color, and see I just goofed up, but you can kind of just wipe it away really quickly. It's very forgiving. So if you have tinier brows and you just want to add a little bit of hold, a little bit of color, and you want to condition them at the same time, this is it. This is a newer launch that is top rated that I don't feel is talked about enough. These two palettes from Natasha Denona are nothing but magic. They blend so beautifully. Wear time is great, minimal creasing, minimal fallout. The shine is there on the metallics. The color stories are really unusual. This yellow right here, you would never think that this would be such an important shade to have in an eyeshadow palette, but this shade right here is so useful. I have the dramatic and soft. There are two of these. They are up there in price. I get it, I know, but we gotta talk about this. You can do everything here. Smoky eye, neutral eye, glam eye, matte eye, metallic eye. You can line, you can brow, you can do it all. I really, really love this. I'm gonna go in with Y3, which is a little darker than I normally would do. We're taking an ES4 and I'm gonna kind of start almost on the middle of the lid and pull to the outer edge. Normally I go straight into the crease. Not today, we're doing something a little bit different. Then we're gonna fluff and feather toward the nose, kind of going to the inner corner and pulling out. Like, do you see how laid down perfectly that is? Like, that is such a blendy shadow. That's what I'm talking about with these palettes. They are special. So we're now gonna take the same brush. What I love about this one is that point there. We can now go right into the crease and really blend from the lid into the crease. We're gonna go back and forth first, and then we're gonna add in those circular motions. I have not gone back into the palette. We're just off of that one dip. That's a gorgeous look on its own. We're gonna take a little bit of the excess and go right on the outer half, lower lash line. These shades are insane. The fact that you can do all of that with one shadow. Now what I'm doing is I'm going in the actual pan on the side. I'm not just dipping straight in. I'm loading up the side of my brush so that I can do that technique where we are literally kind of pulling out. Now I want the most saturation to be middle to that outer edge. And that's why I'm placing most of my blending power right there. And then I'm gonna go in. I just love that that is one color only and you have a whole palette to play with. We're gonna take an SP7, my baby crease brush, and we're gonna go into that yellow shade that looks like nothing you would ever wanna buy, right? It looks like, oh, why would I want that? It's because it's going to just blur out the edge of the color in the crease. I'm not gonna go right above it. I'm actually gonna go kind of on top of the color itself and then lightly buff out the edge of the crease color. It just adds a little something to give you the perfect transition. The blend is everything. Take a little bit of whatever excess is there. Now we're gonna go closer on the inner half. We're gonna go in with W2. I'm using an ES5. I'm gonna let the brush do the work. I'm not even gonna take a setting mist or anything or a primer. And I didn't even prime my eyes with these shadows, by the way. They're that good that you don't even need a primer. Ridiculous. Going into the shade N3, I'm gonna take an itty bitty angled brush from Details by Tati. This is the EX7. It's the world's tiniest, ittiest, bittiest angled brush. Designed it with that in mind. I wanted it to be small, but powerful. I wanted something that could get right on that lash line. For those of us struggling with drooping eyes, hooded eyes, a lash line that might not be as smooth as it once was, you want something this precise. See how that just does subtle little something, just a subtle little framing. The nice thing with this brush, how teeny tiny it is, you can get right up in this business right here. It's like this tiny bit of definition. I love this eye look. I really, really do. Vertigo Lift Longwear Mascara from Giorgio Armani. Now this I have tested already and I like it. I don't love the brush. The brush is too bendy in my opinion, but the performance of this mascara and what it is able to do is pretty good. I was actually shocked that this is so highly rated with a lot of the other mascaras out there. This one has almost 700 different reviews. The Lash Clash from YSL I think is better. Just gonna go ahead and say, as far as like a high-end mascara. Okay, this is gonna be a rare moment where I don't do falsies and I intentionally load my lashes up to see just how far can we push this formula. I do think it's looking really nice. Okay, now suddenly I'm totally in love with it and liking it more and not even minding the bendy wand because you can really kind of like press in there and pull, and this does not clump. That is so good. Like, you need more than one coat. I think that that is the thing that I didn't do before because I usually, when I put on falsies, I don't go so hard and heavy with the application. This one, if you let it dry just a moment, pull the product back through and really build it up, it is giving near false lash look. Like, it's giving a lot of lift, a lot of length, a lot of volume. We need a little highlight, so we're gonna go in with Anastasia. This is the Glow Seeker highlighter. I have a bunch of shades. There are over 1,400 reviews on this highlighter. It's very top rated. A lot of people love this, and it truly is a gorgeous, thin but potent formula. Wears beautifully, doesn't look crunchy, doesn't exaggerate anything. I have Sun Idol and Ethereal. I think I'm gonna go in with Ethereal. gives truly a wet, juicy highlight look to the skin. That's intense. It is a very intense highlight. I'm gonna take a tiny little bit on an ES6 and just pop that right in the inner corner for a little extra glow. Hit the brow. Now all that is left to do is to set the face. Now I was kind of shocked because I assumed that one size would be like the top rated, best of the best, but people have a lot of things to say about that particular setting spray. And the top rated setting spray that is also a longwear spray is from Anastasia. So Anastasia is very, very high rated at Sephora from people trying the product and leaving reviews. I love this one too. I think it's great. Now this has a blurring matte finish. I don't find that this one makes my skin look crunchy, nor does it dry my skin out terribly. Like if I use it every day, I do have normal leaning dry. So anything that is mattifying and long wearing over time will dry me a little bit, but nowhere near the way the One Size will or the L'Oreal Infallible. We're gonna go in and mist. These are clearly top-rated products for a reason. So many worked out. I have new love affairs going on right now. The lip liners are gorgeous. The Kulfi Balm is amazing. The foundation, I'm intrigued. I still am loyal to my Givenchy and Wet n Wild, which, what an odd mix. But I am intrigued by this foundation. I want to see how it wears. The only thing I wasn't super wowed by was, of course, the powder. And then I still kind of, I don't know that this is for me. I think Catrice does it better as far as a sculpting product. This is nice. It's more natural. It's easier to blend. So I am going to give this another go, but everything said and done, like even the mascara, the brow product that is not my normal go-to. Usually anything felt tip watery on the brow for me is like absolutely no, but I love this. I love everything. I love my look, the shadow, all of it, A to Z. Well done, product reviewers online. If you guys enjoyed this, please do give it a thumbs up. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. I love hearing from you. And other than that, go and have a great day, whatever you are doing. And I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.